Imagine a company that builds the brain of the digital world, yet you've probably never seen their logo on a single product. Today we are cracking open the black box of the global manufacturing giants. We're moving past the hype and looking at the cold, hard numbers of the 2025 EMS sector. Welcome to the great decoupling. Most tech companies are happy with a 5% growth, but Foxconn Industrial Internet, they just pulled off a 48% revenue jump. That's not just growth. That's like adding the entire economy of a small nation to your balance sheet in 12 months. While your favorite gadget brands were struggling with flat sales, these guys were printing money by building the engines for AI. But here's the twist. The industry is splitting in two. On one side, you have the muscle, massive factories churning out AI servers at light speed. On the other, you have the brain, boutique players building critical tech for hearts and fighter jets. If you're an investor and you can't tell which one is which, you're basically flying blind in a storm. Look at this chart. It's almost comical. FII's revenue bar is so long it practically falls off the slide. They did over $1.2 trillion. To put that in perspective, if FII was a person, they could buy every single person in New York City a brand new Tesla and still have billions left for coffee. They aren't just a player, they are the stadium. Now, let's talk about who's working smarter. FII generates nearly $600,000 for every single employee they have. That's 3 times more efficient than the old-school European players. How? They don't just hire people, they build lighthouse factories where robots do the heavy lifting while the humans manage the algorithms. You've heard of made in China, but the new trend is made everywhere. Companies are moving their kitchens closer to the customers. FII is massive in Mexico. Celestica is dominating in Thailand. It's the China Plus One strategy, making sure that even if one door closes, the factory never stops humming. FII used to be known for phone parts. Not anymore. Nearly half of what they do now is cloud computing. And inside their communications segment, the high-speed switches, the stuff that makes AI talk to each other, grew by 13 times. They aren't just building boxes, they are building the nervous system of the internet. People ask, if they're so big, why is the profit margin only 7%? Well, when you're buying parts for over $1 trillion, your profit is all about scale. It's like a supermarket versus a luxury watch store. The watch store makes more per sale, but the supermarket owns the neighborhood. For the shareholders, the news is even better. Their return on equity hit 21%. In plain English, for every dollar they kept in the business, they generated 21 cents of pure value. That's the AI multiplier in action. The old model was, you design it, we build it. The new model, we design the cooling, we design the chips, and we build it better than you ever could. From liquid cooling to optical networking, these companies are becoming the R&D labs for the entire tech industry. But here is the hole in the pocket. FII has $21 billion worth of stuff sitting in their warehouses. That's enough to buy a small airline. If AI technology suddenly changes tomorrow, that inventory becomes very expensive paperweights. Their cash flow dropped 78% because they're betting the house on this one trend. So how much spare change do they have? FII is sitting on $15 billion in cash. They have the firepower to survive a dry spell. But look at the smaller players. They're leaning more on debt to fund their growth. It's a game of high stakes, and the buy-in just got a lot more expensive. It's not all sunshine and robots. Geopolitics is the ultimate final boss. Trade wars and export controls are forcing these companies to dance around new rules every week. Plus, they're hitting a power wall. We're literally running out of electricity in places like Malaysia because these AI factories are so hungry. Southeast Asia is the new Gold Coast of manufacturing. Thailand and Malaysia are no longer just vacation spots. They are the backup plan for the world's biggest tech companies. They provide the safety buffer that keeps the global supply chain from snapping. Looking ahead to 2026, air cooling is dead. These new AI chips get so hot, they'd melt a standard server in seconds. The future is liquid cooling, basically dunking computers in special oil or piping water directly to the chip. If you don't own this tech, you don't own the future. As our analysts say, scale used to be the only thing that mattered. Now, it's about being smart. If you just build boxes, you're a commodity. If you design the infrastructure, you're the kingmaker. 2025 was the year of the server. 2026 is the year of the architect. That's the deep dive. If you want the full-page dataset, the kind of stuff that usually stays locked in a boardroom, contact us at HDIN Research. We have the data, you make the moves. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and stay ahead of the curve. See you in the next one.